Hey people, Duncan here. I want to take a second and I want to talk about this Me Too movement and how it's devastating family values, family structure, and family roles. So, let me explain. But first and foremost, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment in the box below, and hit that bell for notifications. So with that being said, I believe that the entire Me Too movement was solely put in place by the left, by the feminist movement, in order to once again attempt to delegitimize men, specifically fathers, in this country. And here's what I'm talking about. Since 1973, women have been on an agenda to remove men from the equation, to remove fathers from the equation. So, here's what happens. So let's take Vietnam, for instance, which, by the way, men were the ones on the front lines, not women. Vietnam is the first war that had the press at the front lines. Now, these reporters were catching our men, our soldiers, shooting children, and they were creating stories about being baby murderers. However, they were failing to mention that these children were often laced with hand grenades inside their diapers. And essentially, our soldiers had to choose between shooting the child or allowing the child to blow up the entire unit. And many times they chose to shoot the child. And then it would get put on camera and sent out to the media, and the media would send it out to the population, and this became a huge left-wing propaganda. This led to woman's choice, which, by the way, is completely one-sided and sexist. So as soon as they removed any choice by a man, as soon as they removed a father's ability to protect his child, unborn or not, as soon as they began delegitimizing fathers in this country, was in 1973 when Roe versus Wade passed, giving women choice. Not equality, but choice. Now, what this does is it begins systematically removing fathers from the equation. Next comes laws saying you can't yell at your kids, you can't spank your kids, you can't do this, you can't do that. All of which were the father's role. Fathers were often supposed to be the disciplinaries in this country, in the families. It was our role. So as these leftists be removing the father's role and empowering woman's choice, essentially men started giving up. They're like, why should we care if we have no rights? So men starts leaving. Then they're told that they can't discipline their children anymore. So then you wonder why men are evacuating at a massive rate. Why there's so many deadbeat fathers out there. And it's largely because women have been delegitimizing them since choice came. The minute Roe versus Wade passed, they delegitimized every man in this country. They went from equality to choice. That choice has led to the diminishment of the father's role. The diminishment of the father's role has led to youth who become addicted to drugs, alcohol, or get involved with crimes, because they are now you're talking about a fatherless generation. So, when I look at what's going on in this country, when I look at our youth and the trouble that our youth has, I blame a lot of it on this feminist movement. This idea that Me Too should complain when, a man talks to me in a certain way or does a certain thing, or, we need to be careful about what we teach our kids. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying that our kids are a direct reflection of us. And if we're going to say nasty remarks towards women and men, they will. And the chaos will continue. But at no point is it okay to say you have more rights, you have more choice, and more of a say than a man, or than a man has of a woman. This is just another effort to push feminism and sexism in this country. So, while everybody's talking about race discrimination, I'm talking about gender discrimination. Because for the since 1973, men have been victims of sexual discrimination. Men have been victims of having their rights removed. Fathers have been victims of losing their parental rights and even their choice. Fathers have been forced to pay child support, while women, if they want out, they get to go have a free abortion. See, these are all means to the depopulation agenda. It's all pushed by the left and even the right-wing rhinos. These people, their one and only goal in life is to literally ruin the family roles. They don't want strong men. They don't want brave men. They don't want men that teach their fathers to be proud and brave and strong. They want the de-wussification of America. They want men to be like boys. They want men to be deadbeats. They want women to hate men. And they want literally no one to resist them, the government. And that's what this is all about. They're weakening our strands. They're weakening us humans. They're weakening us Americans. They're genetically weakening us, and they're taking away our rights. And if you can't see that, then you're blind. So when I hear about this Me Too movement, I think, oh great, just another sexist movement to push a false narrative that somehow, once again, delegitimizes fathers and men all over this country. I'd love to know what you have to say. I'd love to know what you think. Please comment in the box below. Hit that bell for notifications. And share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Peace. Duncan out.